Karamoja sub-region lies in the northeastern part of Uganda, bordered by Kenya in the east and South Sudan in the north. It covers an area of 27,511 square kilometers across 7 districts, namely Abim, Kotido, Kabong, Amudat, Moroto, Nakapiripirit, and Napak. Karamoja has a population of approximately 988,429 people who come from a number of different pastoral communities and ethnic groups. The Human Development Indices show that the region is one of the least developed parts of Uganda. This area was marred by insecurity and isolation for over 30 years, leaving the pastoral and agro-pastoralist population with weak life skills, low literacy rates, limited knowledge of their rights and opportunities. Adra Uganda, together with other partners, has been implementing projects and programs in Karamoja for more than 25 years. One such program is the Action for Social Change, which is being implemented in Abim, Kabong, and Kotido districts.
Currently, we are finalizing the 9-year perspective of implementation. And this program is funded by Adra, Denmark, through Danida. And this program is mainly a capacity building program, but which is using advocacy, capacity building, and service delivery as a means of delivering this program. This program has evolved over years because every after 3 years we do what we call a reflection, and we filter out what has worked better, what has really failed, and why. Then we improve the subsequent 3 years.
Since 2009, the Action for Social Change program has worked with community-based groups to support the development of civil societies that can contribute as dynamic actors in social, political, and economic development processes locally and nationally.
We are working with 60 community-based organizations. We are working with 30 schools. We are working with 5 religious leaders or sects. We are working with traditional leaders. The 3 associations in Abim, in Kabong, and Kotido. But we are working with the local government structures, and they make a big push on what we do. Why? We are using the right-based approach to development. That means that we build the capacity of the communities to be in a position to have the skills, to have the information, so that they can utilize and use and consume government services.
Traditional leaders, peace committees, elders association, clan heads, and religious leaders have been empowered to steer change in society, and this is starting to bear fruits.
We have been able to carry quite many activities that include sensitization of communities on the bad cultural norms. We have been able to have dialogue meetings that are aimed at reducing some of these bad practices. We have been able to air our issues and our views on radio, where we talk to the public on issues relating to bad cultural norms.
In Kalapata Sub-County, Kabong District, Kalapata Women Peace Forum Group, together with the area local leaders, are focusing on preaching love in communities well known for wreaking havoc.
When we came up as our group, I came together with my women. I said, what are we going to do to our people? These are our fellow brothers who are really doing this. Let us be together. The church trained us on how to move to the community to help our people who are really still have that heart. After Adra supported us through the church, trained us on all that, we started moving to all chapels under Kalapata parish. Bring here. What's money? What is it? The saving box. Bring the saving box. Bring the best saving box. Bring. You. You are saying you have known us?
Former cattle rustlers have also given up the vice thanks to intercessions by these peace groups.
From joining the group, I say after accepting to come back, I first started handing over what I was having to the chairperson. Then later he handed to the soldiers. And from there he convinced the soldiers that leave him free now since he is now reformed, a returnee. I was looked around, yet I was used to be chased away, and now I was someone who was hated. I was feared by the majority. When I crossed the center, they say, this person. And right now, I'm in the center. I relate with people, and I joined the group. I started the saving with them. Saying for him, he was a team leader. He was a team leader of the warriors who used to go and still bring some animals from the neighboring district.
The groups ensure that there is peace for dialogue around the prevailing social norms that affect equal participation for all.
We have been moving all the villages, most villages around, to sensitize early marriages and forced marriage, as there was a practice in our community. Also in education, we took initiative actually also to write a letter, a requisition to Adra to support us on moving around, to sensitize our parents on how to admire the attitude, the good attitude of educating a girl, most especially a girl child, and also boys. And we moved all over the villages. I think in the opening of the term, we shall be seeing big numbers of children, school-going children in our primary schools.
The interreligious groups in the sub-region have also been brought on board and supported by Adra Uganda to coxswain the Action for Social Change program. These groups are key duty bearers and decision makers within the local community, as they are custodians of culture and religious beliefs that determine the social norms of society.
We as Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, we are an open-minded body. The Uganda Muslim Supreme Council belongs to the Interreligious Council of Uganda, meaning the Interreligious Council of Uganda embraces many faith groups, many denominations, many religious institutions for a common good. Issues of doctrines we leave to individual religious bodies, but areas of common goods like socio-economic problems that cut across the entire humanity, we join our effort, we make a concerted effort to come together to resolve such issues as human beings, as children of Adam and Eve. The work we are doing is basically on the side of gender-based violence, because we saw the girl child, the woman in Karamoja, is just a commodity, has no rights to possess anything, has no right to make choice, a girl to make choice to have a husband of her choice, has no right in any way to say, to communicate a message in society. A woman is not allowed. Even in a traditional shrine, women are not allowed. So it's on this basis that we said no. This is unfair.
We thank you for your coming, and we know you're going to.
For close to 4 years, ABIM Interreligious Elders and Advocacy Group has been working with Adra Uganda to transform the area and rid it of the negative social norms.
Adra, actually from time to time, this is now the third time they have been supporting us financially to ensure that as we sensitize the communities, we actually thank really Adra very much, because they give it really with concern, and this is very important. So we have been moving after the implementation of the projects. We actually give them what we call feedback, that in terms of reports, in a written manner. And also, not only that, beside that, we also take photos to back up our reports, and that is really very important. So we have been doing this from time to time, which has led to what we call confidence. Adra has confidence in us because they see actually that we are confident in order to bring change in this land, because we know that in this land there are things which are happening, like for example land wrangles in this land is so rampant, and we have been sensitizing people so that they get to know that recovering back the relationship is very central. So therefore, we have also actually, brought what we call peace in some society, in some groups, in some families. And in fact, when I testify, when the magistrate wrote a letter to me that go and actually help these people. Indeed, I was able to go and I restored peace, and actually they are now relating very well.
In Kotido district, the Catholic Church here is taking lead in fighting the ever-increasing numbers of street children from Karamoja and human trafficking.
In Kotido municipality, I discovered when I took a smaller research, there were so many children on the street. And I took interest to find why so many children on the street. We realized children reported so many family challenges. And one on top of the list is the issue of poverty. And the poverty may be a broad thing, but we realize children specifically said there is no proper feeding at home, there is no support for their education, there is a lot of domestic violence with their parents. Some of them are orphans, others have broken families. Maybe the mother has been chased away, now the child is living with a single father, or the father has brought another woman who is not in total agreement with the child. So some of these issues push these children to the street. So we try to give attention to these children and help them to come closer to us. When we had organized a celebration for other normal children in the schools, we included them as well. But we said we cannot stop here. We need to probe more why these children are on the street. It is from this point in 2017 to 2018 that also Adra picked interest, and we started to partner with them in helping out the children's situation in Kotido. So we realized the numbers were increasing. So we said, how do we address this problem? So in the first place, we discovered there are a lot of cultural negative practices in the families, in our society here. That was the first thing we did. We went around communities to sensitize parents, first of all, on children's rights, the children's rights. And also we sensitized them on issues of polygamy, because we realize also so many women, so many children, and they are not able to take care of them. So we also sensitize the communities on practices of property ownership by women, because we realize that a majority of parents, especially the women, are the ones who are suffering, who have problems, and who also get the impact of broken or divorce and so on. So it is from this point that we also narrowed our strategy first. Now, there are so many of these challenges in the families that are pushing children into the street. Can we now, from these children, reach their parents? And these children related their parents to us, and we try to single a few of them to see how we can empower them.
The elders venture out in communities and preach against the negative depravities plaguing the communities.
Here in Karamoja, people like to take alcohol so much, so they cannot get time to stay with the children at home. A mother can get up in the morning, coming back in the evening, and the children are there innocent, they don't know what to do. Even the young one, they are suffering. You take the abutia from there, You come home when you are ready, taking a booty, you sleep. You don't know that the children they want what food, they want caring, they want love. That's why you get many children in the street, because we cannot show the children love and taking care of the child. That's why the children can run away. If you got the parent, there's a time I go to even to the place of some parents. The people are fighting, even they're fighting, the children are there crying, wah, 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 and everybody will run where you see, you are supposed to run. That's why you, my brothers and sisters, you see our children are falling this street, because the love of the parent, we parents, we cannot show the children the love, we cannot take care of our children. That's why you see the children are suffering.
The culture of silence, especially among women, is gradually getting broken as they form majority of CBO members in the sub-region. Women are now well organized and participate in CBO activities, articulate and claim their rights to relevant duty bearers. Most of the village saving groups in the region currently have many women members, and these have greatly contributed to their financial stability.
We have raised this group up to a CBO. We are just only a group whereby we could only work in the gardens of other people to get some little money. At the same time, Adra promoted us to become a CBO. Now, we are now, even financially somehow sensitive, we now have something in our pocket. That's why we even had somebody now speaking, saying here that we now even loan some money to other people.
In Obangageo village, Abim district, Okoboth Women's Group has earned the bragging and reference rights for a successful village savings group.
Save 1,069,000 shillings.
Today, the 27 members of the group are sharing their year-long savings, and the anticipation is extraordinary.
The beginning, we were getting like only 1 million in a year, but today we are having 8.9 million. That is what we are going to share today. So, these women are hardworking women. They get their money through small business like selling smaller fish. This one, mukene achede, we call achede. Tomatoes, you can see some of them like cabbages. We are also here, we have what to buy to go and cook when we depart from here. So what we are doing always has great change in our homes. Even our men used to disturb us when we were just sitting idly, doing nothing. But now, they have seen the benefit of being in the group. They are now very happy, and when we are just coming for the saving, they are very free now with us. Because each of us here now, others are having now Mabate house because of this saving, because of the group. Others are having goats, others are having cows, others bought land. Those ones who don't even used to have only like chicken, they don't now have. And that is what they always use when they are what? When there is nothing in the home, you just pick your chicken and you slaughter. So we don't have any problem. We are supported by Adra.
The implementation of the Action for Social Change has contributed to a situation where community members, especially in northern Karamoja, have developed the courage to mobilize resources to respond to issues affecting their communities.
I can rightly say that the saving culture has improved. Creativity of the group members has been enhanced in as far as the issues of making liquid soap, for example, is concerned. Other aspects of advocacy for peace and engagements through music, dance and drama and campaigns by the group has been going on well. And to us as a sub-county, we believe that that is the best thing that has ever happened to us, and we commend the organization for such. Of course, with the current situation, it doesn't necessarily mean that nothing is happening. It is a few pockets of individuals who are destabilizing others. But on a greater scale, you begin to realize that many lives are getting transformed, many lives are getting changed, many people who would have been the raiders have given up on those vices, and it is only a few that have remained there.
Actually, the groups, we had a VSLAs, and from the VSLAs we have gotten many changes. People have adapted to the methodologies of saving. People now save. And from these savings, the savings have helped the people in changing their lives, whereby someone loans the money. After loaning the money, you use the money. Then the profits that you are getting from the loans, you find someone building a thatched grass house, someone buying some iron sheets, putting a structure. Someone is actually, even as we talk, even if we go to Logdrebu Trading Center, the most people who sell foodstuffs are products of Adra from the Action and Social Change Program through what? Savings. So that is one. Then the other one is looking at the other maybe ways of survival, the livelihoods. We have agriculture. So Adra also came in and supported the groups with the seeds, giving them even the education of crop rotation, these modern ways of farming. So people, during even these dry seasons, people already have food, because much as the harvest was poor this year, but last year if you had come, trust me, you would see food, you would see stores of people, and they would say this is a product of Action for Social Change through the initiative of Adra, Uganda and Kotido at the same phase.
Community-based organizations with support from partners have been seen forming their initiatives, mobilize stakeholders and other partners to support community development.
Adra is just a partner, and this is a program. It has a beginning and an end, but even if the program ends, we expect them as key stakeholders in child rights and also education for their children to continue. And of course also we are not the only players on the field. There are also other partners supporting the district in the education sector. So it's better when they are found, I mean those who are trained, and a partner who comes will only need just to reorient them, and they will continue doing their work. And also youth advocacy clubs. We have also called them back and we trained them still to continue enhancing awareness, raising awareness on the value of education and the importance of attaining it.
We have worked with Adra now for 2.5 years, thereabout, and as part of the broader Action for Social Change program, and which has been running in the region for some time. Every investment to raising voices is an investment in the right place. Adra has supported us to continue the work that we have been doing on securing land rights of communities. So in northern Karamoja, where most of Adra's programs are based, they realized that land issues continue to come up and affect their programming.
Although Karamoja sub-region is still reeling from the negative consequences that have plagued the area for many years and hindered development, the Action for Social Change program has in a way fostered the much-desired change in society, and Karamoja currently has all the makings of a region on the path to a social and cultural transformation.
If you have a donor who can look at, who can appreciate that social change is something which needs time, because if you are looking at changing of people's attitude, that cannot be a program to run within a short time of 3, 4, 5 years. We see that they have allowed us enough time in order to harvest the change we ought to have harvested. Therefore, that is very good to have a donor understand that. Therefore, as we are moving to another phase, we are more of having implementing partners. We want to have these CBOs graduate into implementing partners, graduate into local NGOs, so that they can be able to propel this work further. Because this business of handouts and Adra being so directly involved, we want to thin it out. Because our aim was to have these vibrant local NGOs, and Adra remains as a facilitating agency.
Ai tu danu epitare tarakazi